What's up, guys? My name is Uneasy, and I put the dub in Wotaku. We gotta talk about it, man. There is a game that dropped that I did not expect to be this good, but let me tell you that this Gundam game is gonna be, I think, better than Overwatch. I said it. I know I said it. I hope that I don't ever have to delete this video for saying that. But when I tell you that Gundam Evolution is so good, it's not even funny. Background, I've played Overwatch since it dropped on my PS4 way back in the day. Your boy was for sure the Lucio main. I loved Reinhardt. I was all about Overwatch. Even when I was in college, one of my first streams was me playing Overwatch ranked. Fast forward to now, Overwatch hasn't had the best, publicity in a while. We've had directors changing. We've had the game being delayed. We don't even know when it's out yet. It's April 11th. There was supposed to be a beta. As of this recording, I still don't know any information of when the beta is supposed to be releasing or even if I got in or not. But this weekend, I did get into the Gundam beta. And let me tell you, I cannot wait for this game. Let's start off on a few things, because I hate calling it Gundam Overwatch, but that's basically what it is. You get a set of robots. Excuse me, you get a set of mobile suits. There's a set of mobile suits is what they're called, because they're not all Gundam. Listen, I don't know much about the anime. I'm trying to be as correct as I possibly can without doing any research, as most people in this world are. So we're just gonna call them mobile suits, and we're just gonna keep it moving. If I am wrong, let me know in the comment section in the most nicest way possible. The gameplay is very similar to Overwatch. 2 teams of 6. Pick your mobile suit, you go in there, and there's a variety of different game modes. You have domination, you have capture the point, you have a game mode similar to Rush from Battlefield, where you have 2 points, you have to plant a bomb at there, and if you get it, then you go on to the next point, plant a bomb at A or B, etc, etc. You get the point. And your team has to work as a team, which is hard in any shooter apparently, and complete the objectives. So very similar to Overwatch, each unit has their own abilities and guns that they can use. For example, the Gundam unit that I used the most was a I'm gonna butcher it. I'm sorry. Just full disclosure, I'm gonna butcher these names, and I apologize for it. Asimar, my boy, with a flame grenade that could turn into a plane, burst fire rifle. This Gundam, or should I say mobile suit? See, I'm catching on. This mobile suit was my favorite to play. It was very much entry fragger, like low HP, high mobility. Their ability was they had a burst fire rifle. They can turn into a plane and fly, which was very useful to get away from a lot of fights. On top of that, they had a fire grenade that you could throw. It does an AoE damage and does tick damage for anybody standing inside of it. One of my favorite units to play, great damage output, great mobility, so I was always in and out of fights. And this was my first introduction to the game, and then I realized how different each suit would be. This is a character I would want to consider more DPS than anything because of their low health and low mobility. That's another thing too, is that everybody has different levels of mobility. So if somebody with lower health will have dashes, which will let you get into fights easier, make you more mobile. So Asimar had 3 dashes, so when I'm on the floor I can move to the left, right, and back or whatever 3 times, but then I have to wait for the cooldown. When you're a bigger tankier Gundam like Sazabi, you only get 1 boost, which again isn't bad because you have Sazabi had big frontal shield. It had like 1600 health on its own. On top of that, they had way more health than the normal 1000 or 800. I think like the average was like 1600 to 1200 was about the health. So if I'm wrong off a few hundred, excuse me, I'm sorry. These were considered more your tanks, more your on the point, in front of the fight. And they all had the thing that really blew me away about this game is that every single unit I feel like had some sort of supportive mechanic. And even when they didn't have that mechanic, there were so many other characters in the game that had a supportive mechanic that it really helped a lot. For example, the Doom Trooper, who had a rocket launcher and mines, could use a stim shot that gave people armor. And as like Farah can't help people in Overwatch. She is DPS. She's not there to heal people or to give them buffs. And I would thought that was very interesting. The same thing with the sniper. Don't remember his name, but it's the sniper. We all know the sniper. I think the sniper's in his name. So there you go. That's his name. the sniper had an ability to revive down teammates by shooting a stim shot at them and then hoping that nobody blows the unit up before they get revived. And I thought that that was a really cool mechanic for me personally, because I think that the biggest issue a lot of people had when playing Overwatch is that nobody ever wanted to be a healer because the healers weren't as fun to play. But even the healers that I would consider actual support characters like Methis, who had a mercy-like healing system where they hooked onto a unit and healed them with a cable, you were still able to shoot your guns, you had a turret. There was more than just healing. And that's what I really enjoyed about the game, is that as a lot of the units in the game, even though they all were different, they had different uses, a majority of them had some kind of like health or supportive ability, which really made it easy to have at least one healer on the team, or somebody who had something they could use to heal somebody on the team, you know. That being said, gameplay wise, Gunplay, fantastic, really fun weapons. There are no weapons I really didn't like or felt like they needed to be changed or taken out of the game. I felt like most weapons in the game were effective. Abilities that might have been a little bit, there were some Gundams that I feel like needed some balancing. There's one with like a big mustache, we're gonna call him Big Mustache Gundam. Their abilities were kind of lackluster, but this is also a network test, so I could have been wrong. I could be playing them completely wrong and not even know. I had fun with playing almost the entire cast. There was no Gundam in the game that I played that I was like, I don't like. We need a ban or nerf Barbados or however you say his name, but Big Mace Man needs to get hit with the nerf hammer, because I'm tired of getting one-shotted by the man. I do think they need some balancing adjustments, but hey, that's what live service games are all about. We're gonna get the balances, hopefully. I cannot wait for this game. Personally, I'm more excited for this game dropping than I am for Overwatch 2. And again, this is from somebody who's been playing Overwatch for a long time. But this game seems way more put together than Overwatch 2 does. And a 6v6 free to play? Come on. It just seems like a good time. So what this game needs to be a success on launch, solid roster, currency that's easily obtainable. You don't have to be able to unlock a character after every single match, but grinding for a character, if it's going to take too long, a lot of people are going to lose interest before they get to the character that they want. Good cosmetics, because that's really going to matter in a free-to-play game. I think the system that they have now is somewhat fine. The loot boxes are okay. We've seen loot boxes before. I think how you obtain these loot boxes is really going to be the saving grace, because it could either be an easy process of just getting them by playing the game and, you know, oh snap, I got a cool skin, no problem. Or it might become a very, very painful way of getting them, kind of like Apex, where you have to like level up twice before you even get one gold drop at most. Maybe, because again, it's a loot box, you don't know. And lastly, it really just comes down to the biggest problem, and the biggest problem for most live service games is the support. How often can we keep the content rolling out? How often are we going to get new game modes? How often are we going to get new units? Things like that. I am excited for what we have in the playtest. I can't wait for more people to play it. Hopefully you guys got in and you were able to play yourselves. If not, then I'll see you when the game goes into an open beta, or maybe even when the game goes live. I think that this game is going to be amazing. I think it's going to be a lot of fun, and hopefully I get to see you guys in there. If you enjoyed this video, make sure you drop a like. If you were able to play the network test, talk to me about it. What do you think? Do you think this is going to be the Overwatch killer? Do you think that Overwatch still has a chance? Let me know in the comments. And if you want more content like this, make sure you subscribe to stay up to date. That's all from me, folks. I appreciate you guys a lot. I'll catch you guys next time. Wotaku out.